Welcome back. I'm just out here today getting some fresh air. Pretty much at the only place I have access to. All the other public areas around are, except one, aren't plowed. So there's 4-foot high ice banks that I can't drive over. So I'm out here. I got some crampons on my boots. Got a bottle bag kit with some coffee and just out here stretching the legs. We had a really nasty weekend last week with a lot of ice. We got about 12, maybe 13 inches of snow that got compressed down, and then about 3 inches of ice on top of it. The roads were bad, so I didn't go anywhere. And I figured it's still a little cold. It's like 15 degrees, real feel of about 11 out here. But I figured the sun is shining. Why not get out and at least stretch the legs a little bit? So that's what we're doing. Have to climb up a little bit of a hill here. So we'll take some video and we'll get some pictures of the snowy wonderland and just enjoy being out here in the woods. Stick around if you want. Cheers. That hits the spot. So, this isn't an advertisement. This is my got it on sale $2 hat. It's kind of my little goal for this kind of chat today. Sometimes I wonder if we put a little too much emphasis on the cost of some things. Very much in the camp, you should buy what you can afford and that you're going to use. But there's a lot of us, I've mentioned this before in my channel, and I say this a lot. There's a lot of people who are on a budget. To them, a $100 knife is really splurging. And I was kind of in a position for a few years. Growing up, I didn't have a lot of money, and for a few years here, I was in a position where I was able to get, some nicer knives. But did I need them? No, I really didn't. I bought them because I wanted them, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. But what I want to kind of put an emphasis on is how much money you have should never dictate you being able to get out here and enjoy yourself. If you can only afford a $20 knife and a $30 tent, there's nothing wrong with that. Go out and do it. I think, in this age of YouTube and other places with influencers where a lot of them are getting paid to promote gear, there's an emphasis on you need to have the most expensive stuff, and that's just not true. If you can afford the most expensive stuff, then by all means go get it. If you can't, then don't let anybody make you feel bad or shun you or anything like that. Buy what you can afford and go out and use it. Just the point is, being out here, I come to this place now quite a bit because it's one of the only places that they plow that I can get into. The rest of the state forests around here, they don't plow the access, so I can't get into them. And in one of my last area of operations, I was at that little creek a lot because I liked it there, And as much as you go there, every time you go is a different experience. Even if you're sitting in the same spot, it's a different experience. Like today, there's a lot more snow. There's a lot of ice coating the snow. But it's, there's quite a few people out here and walking around these trails today. So, it should be about the memories you make being outside, not about how much you spend. And, always remember that and make that your focus. It's about getting out and doing, not about buying to put in your closet or on a shelf. So, anyway. So that's my public service announcement for today. I know they're getting a little bit more frequent. The older I get, some things I just feel like I need to get off my chest, so I'm getting them off my chest. It is what it is. You can't see. Hopefully I don't have anything hanging out of my nose. I honestly wasn't even sure if they were going to have this plowed. That's why I actually brought coffee instead of bringing my little stove or anything. So, upcoming stuff, aside from videos like this, I do want to get back up to my buddy and I's camp again. We started doing an annual March trip where we would go back in and make lunch, but he was telling me, from the last video, there was like 15 to 17 inches of snow in the woods, and last weekend we got another 8 to 12 inches, and then there was 3 inches of ice on top of that. So over there, and even here, there's about still, even though yesterday was sunny and today is sunny, in a lot of areas there's still a good 14-15 inches. Over there in the woods there's probably still 16-17 inches. So I don't know if we're going to get that in. I had a trip I wanted to do in April, back up around the Indian Lake area to do lunch, and I'm not sure I'm going to do that because I'm going to be up there for a few days. My wife and I are going up for our anniversary. So I'm going to do my looking around while we're up there for that trip. And I'm probably going to do the lunch at our camp in April. So those are coming up. I want to do, I enjoy doing these little trips. If this ever stops being enjoyable for me, I'm going to stop doing it. Like I keep saying, I'm not asking anybody for anything. I don't beg anybody to watch. I don't beg for likes. I don't beg for subscriptions. I just do it because I enjoy it. And, sometimes I feel like sharing, sometimes I don't. Anyway, so that's what's coming up for the channel. Like I think I mentioned, we have a pass for one of the local parks that has a small lake on it. It's where I broke in the canoe last year. So I'm going to be getting over there as much as I possibly can. It's not just for that place. It's a pass for day use for New York State parks in general. So we got a lot more we're going to do. Parking lot's only about 400 or 500 yards over that way. So that's what you're hearing, if you're hearing it at all. We do want to do a little bit more camping. Last year with buying the house and stuff like that, and my budget's really now a little bit lower than it was, so not sure what we're going to do there. I know my buddy and I have talked. We want to do a couple of trips at the camp for weekends, and the wife and I want to do some state park camping and the annual September trip, which I'm hoping we got some guys coming that are going to be new, and I think one guy's got to skip because of work, which is all good, but every time I've done those trips, everybody's had a good time, so that's coming up this year. So there's some stuff to look forward to on the channel if you enjoy the channel, and I really do want to get out and get some how-to stuff going and stuff like that. Maybe we'll see how it goes. Like I've mentioned before, I don't like to get into a lot of those videos because it's all been done, and I'm not out here to do a competition with anybody. I'm not the my dog's bigger than your dog type of person. I'm the, this is how I do something. If I feel like somebody might actually learn something from it, then I'll share it. If I feel like I'm just beating a dead horse, then there's not much sense in doing it. All right, that's it. I've yapped enough. I'm gonna finish my coffee. I'm gonna stick the feather stick in the ground somewhere to make people go, And then I'm gonna head home and edit this video and get it uploaded. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.